How's it going? It's Dave Ballantyne here. I get a lot of people talking to me and asking me about what's the next step that I take as far as being a tradesman. So many times people are out there and they're working, maybe they've been in it for 6 months, a year, 2 years, even 5 to 10 years, and they don't know what that next step is to take, basically because they just get caught up in the grind. Well, I want to tell you, my friends, there's a lot of opportunities. I don't care if you're in electrical, HVAC, plumbing, carpentry, roofing, whatever the case may be. There are so many opportunities out there that you can take. And the next step you need to take is basically, okay, what is it you want to do? Ask yourself the question, what skills do you lack? Do you need more skills? Do you need to increase your knowledge of whatever field you're in, whether it's electrical, HVAC, or carpentry, and say, hey, this is something that I do for a living. What more do I need to know to help me go to that next level? Maybe you want to start your own business. No greater opportunity out there. The world is ready, especially in the United States here. We need good, quality tradesmen out there, and it takes a special skill. Now, if you're just sitting there and just wanting to do the paycheck, week-to-week paycheck, man, that ain't going to cut it. You need to say, okay, where's my weaknesses at? And what do I need to get better? Because that's what it's about. You can become better in the trades because there's so many opportunities out there. There's so many training classes out there. We offer courses here at Surging Forward that'll even help you get your contractor's license if that's what you want to do. If you want to get your tradesman's license, we have courses out there for that. So it's a matter of just hooking up with the right person that's going to give you the training. And that's part of what I do. I do online coaching with people. I help people try to find that career path. Because the trades, it's a wonderful opportunity. There's people that are running their own businesses that don't even have a high school education. And they're making good money at it. And guess what? They don't have the student loans. I'm really on a kick with that. And again, nothing against college. My 2 kids went to college. You hear me say that all the time. It's not that college is a bad thing. It's just that college is not for everybody. If you're going down a path of what someone else is telling you is best for you, you're probably going down the wrong path. You need to go down the path that is enhancing to your skill set. If you're mechanically inclined and you're used to working with your hands, you can move up a lot in the trades. I started out in this trade a long time ago, and I knew nothing. I got out of the Navy. I went in as an electronics technician, and I went in for the wrong reasons. I just followed after what I thought was supposed to be, what my dad wanted me to do, or whatever the case may be, and going to Navy. I loved the Navy. I probably would have stayed in, but I got out on a disability. When I got out, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. My father-in-law got me the job as an electrician. I'm like, okay, that doesn't seem too hard. Oh my gosh, was I so wrong. There was so many things that I needed to learn. But I learned them. I stuck with it because I loved it, because I could build things. I saw things work, and it was exciting. From there, I went on to operate and own my own business. I started my own business at 24 years old. Yeah, it was a cool thing. Now, again, there was a lot of bumps in the roads, and, I got it up and going. I had a couple guys working for me, service trucks, and built some houses and some commercial stuff. It was fantastic. The cool thing about it, I was up to a level where I was able to sell that business and relocate back down into Virginia. I came down here, worked a couple areas, did some things, worked my way up into a bigger company as a project manager, went on, and the cool thing about it, I work with an engineering firm and I don't even have a college degree. Yeah, I'm an inspector now. I'm an instructor. I'm a teacher. I've sent my 2 kids to college. And it's all about getting the right training. I used to grab onto whatever training was available to me out there. I don't care if somebody was to offer me a class on a Saturday morning on doing just basic conduit bending. I was there, even if I knew how to do it. Because you never know the one thing that you're going to learn. My friends, the opportunities are so much more wider for you as tradesmen out there today than it was then. I used to have to go to the library and pick up books and just read books and try to learn controls and try to figure out how does this work so that I could increase my skill level so that I could make more money. So that's what it's about. You can't stay in the mundane. You can't just sit there and say, well, okay, I'm going to wait for somebody to acknowledge me. No, you need to have the gusto and go out there and get it. And there's a lot of people that are out there to help you get it. There's many, many, many mentors out there if you just reach out to the right people. And if you can't find a mentor, you're looking at one right here. I am willing to help you out whatever it takes to get you to that next level. Because that's what it's about. It's about passing on the trade. The trades have been so good to me. And I have been on this real big kick. I'm proud to be a tradesman. People cannot operate without electricity in their homes. I mean, good grief, you have the internet now. We have all this stuff going on the internet. Heaven forbid you lose the internet and the whole world shuts down for a day. Everybody goes home. Nobody can work. And yet nobody knows how it works. Nobody knows how to wire that up. But as a tradesman, you can know how to do that. People, they freak out when it starts raining on them or something like that. They got to go into a shelter. They get a roof over their head. The plumbing backs up. You got water all in your house. So those are important skill sets that we have that you can learn and become valuable. But the biggest thing is honesty and integrity. Because the one thing we do not need to tolerate in this trade is liars, cheaters, and thieves. Those are the three things that have ruined this trade. And even though it's a few, it's not all of us. Because most of us are very honorable. We'll give you the shirt off our backs. We help one another. We're in it for the long haul. But you got a lot of crooks out there. And even though it's the few and far between, they're the ones that have made this trade look bad. They're the ones that Hollywood jokes about and makes all these fun things, like us look goofy and say that we're not skilled. But my friends, it is a skilled trade, and it's an honorable trade. Don't let anybody tell you it's not. So there's not always a reason to say, oh, it's just a mundane job. It's going nowhere. It takes time, just like anything else. But take advantage of every opportunity that comes to pass for you. We do our weekly podcast on leadership. Each one of those weekly podcasts can help you. Just listen to them in your car. If you want to know how to, if you don't know how to do a podcast, hey, listen to one, shoot me an email. Maybe you might decide to set up your own podcast because you can help other people out. And, it goes out. And I have just shocked at how much, the Surging Forward podcast has grown over the past year and a half. And I'm so proud to be able to help, people out who tell me, wow, it made a difference in their lives. No, it's not about, I don't get a whole lot for that. I don't get any extra money or anything for that, for the podcast. It's not about that. It's about passing on the trades. And yeah, some training is going to cost you a little bit of money, but it's going to make you money. If it can pay for itself, you take one $35 class and you're able to get $1 more an hour, you're going to pay for itself within the first week if you work 40-hour week. So think about that. Get all the training you can take. And if you want to run your own business, my friends, it's a scary road down there. You just don't want to jump into it. You want to talk to people like me or other people who have done it, who have succeeded and failed. I've done both of those. I've failed in business myself. You want to listen to advice that people like me who've been around for a while can give you so that you won't go down that same path and make the mistakes that I've made in the past. I've lost a lot of money, but I've made a lot of money, and it's done very well for me. Like I said, I was able to provide a good living for my family. I've raised 2 kids. Both of them were able to go to college, and they have very good careers. But like I said, it's a matter of, it's not a downgrade to be in the trade. So what's the next level you want to go to? Get that skill set. You have a dream? Follow that dream. Become the best at what you're doing. And I'm going to tell you what, you're never, ever, ever going to be at the top of the ladder. That's what's cool about the trades, because the ladders, the rungs of that ladder continue to keep growing. The longer I've been in this trade, and I'll tell you right now, the longer I've been in this trade, when I first started out in this trade, on a scale from 1 to 10, I used to always tell people, hey, I'm running about a good 6, because I'm a go-getter. When I got my license and I got in working in the trade, I was a 7. When I was running small crews as a lead guy, I was an 8. Once I became a superintendent, I dropped down to a 7. Once I operated my own business and getting involved in that, it was very successful, and I was the one I was even able to sell for a decent amount of money. I was running right about a 4. I got back in, I humbled myself, did a lot of other things, and I've worked my way up the ladder again. Became a superintendent for another company. Oh boy, there I was running right about a good 4 because there was so much to learn. Now, I'm an instructor. I'm a teacher. I'm an inspector. I also work for an engineering firm without a college degree. But I'm going to tell you, there's so much more out there for me to learn. And I'm continuing to learn. Every chance I get, I'm taking a class or taking a course. That's what it's about. It's continuing learning. That's what's so great about the trades. You're never going to quite arrive. There's always new technologies coming out. There's always new ways to do things. The tools we have today. Man, it's just fascinating. All the battery tools you have today and the things you can work with. Man, I'd love to see people comment on here and let me know if you know what a star drill is. But that's what we had. That's what we did to go through the concrete. So it's a cool thing. So I really want you to let me know if there's anything I can do to ever help you out. So I'm going to sign off now. So again, take that next step. Figure out what your next step is going to be. And you keep surging forward. Stay safe, my friends, and hang in there. God bless.